Hi, I'm Christopher Burgon. I own and run Christopher Burgon Solicitors. We are specialist litigation and commercial solicitors based in London. Welcome to this video. This is the first of 7 videos designed specifically for business owners, company directors and shareholders who find themselves in a dispute. Boardroom dispute, dispute with their other shareholders, dispute with a senior employee or director. We're going to do a series of 7 videos, as I say, which will give you six ideas about how to best solve these disputes, how to avoid escalating them and how to get a resolution that you want. So yeah, one of these points is going to have 2 videos, but you're going to have to watch them all to see which one that is. So what are the 6 pointers that we're going to give you? Well, first point is going to be about the psychology of disputes. Very interesting place to start off about how we all react to disputes and how best to deal with them. Second area is going to be a bit of basic company law about who's got the power in a private limited company. There's a quick spoiler: if you're the majority shareholder, then it's you. Third area is going to be about getting the problem person out of the business, about dismissing directors, getting rid of employees, that kind of thing. Fourth video will be about protecting your company. You may have solved the problem, may have got the problem out of the business, but how are you going to protect your company from them? Do you need an injunction to protect your confidential information or your client list, or both? Fifth tip is going to be about how to recover losses. Could have been that having spotted that there's a problem, there's a dispute, actually there's a big history to it and already your business has incurred a lot of losses. So we'll talk about recovering those losses from you. Sixth area is going to be about recovering your shares. If you gave away shares to somebody, you now really regret it, they turned out to be no good. We're going to talk about how we can get your shares back. We think that this is absolutely invaluable information for business owners, and we hope you find it very useful. I've been a solicitor for more than 20 years. My experience is that nearly everybody hates being in a conflict, being in a dispute, and they'll do anything that they can to avoid it. One of the things that they most frequently do to avoid dealing with a dispute is pretend that there's no problem. But this state of denial is absolutely insidious and has to be avoided. And the problem with denial is that it really creeps up on us. It has 3 elements. See if you recognize any of these. Let's take the classic form of behavior of somebody who shouts and is abusive in a boardroom meeting. Doesn't have to be that, but let's just take that because that's the most obvious example. The first stage of denial is that we pretend that the bad behavior isn't happening. I've done it myself. I've been in meetings. Somebody's been shouting and swearing and abusing me all through the meeting. At the end of the meeting, I just pretend nothing's happened and we sit down and we calmly arrange the date and time for the next meeting. So the first stage of denial is pretend that there's no problem. Second stage of denial is to make excuses for it. We say, well, so-and-so's under a lot of stress, or that's just how so-and-so expresses themselves, and we're all grown-ups and it's not necessarily a bad thing. So shouting and bullying, coercive behaviour, you pretend that it hasn't happened, then you're into stage 2 saying, oh, well, it's not that bad really, you're making excuses for the person. Here's the third stage. The third stage is you decide that it's a good thing. Well, when so-and-so speaks his mind, that means we really get through the agenda and it's a real clear way of expressing yourself so we know what he thinks. And before you know it, you're being shouted at, intimidated, and you've told yourself it's a good thing. Well, here's the thing, it's not. Anybody who's bullying you or intimidating you or doing the opposite, not saying very much at all, but just helping themselves to your cash, that's not a good thing. None of it's a good thing. Stop being in denial. You have to deal with it. So congratulations, you've now recognized you have a problem and you're going to deal with it. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to start beating yourself up. I'm such an idiot. This could only happen to me. Why have I done this? That's not helpful at all, and the most important thing to realise is it's really not true. Everybody thinks like this and it's never true. The only thing you're guilty of probably is having trusted somebody who was either incompetent or dishonest or both. And trusting somebody isn't a crime. It was a decision you made at the time on the best information that you had. Stop beating yourself up. So if you think you've got a problem, if you're over denial, if you want to do something about it and you've stopped beating yourself up, or even if you haven't, then come and speak to me. The website address should be on the screen now, and we'd be happy to speak to you. If you go onto the website, there's a link to pick a spot in my calendar. I would love to speak to you. And as I say, this is the first in a series of 7 videos, so I look forward to seeing you in video number 2. Thank you.